Nobody's taking away
That's not
Social
true. The
Security.
Republicans have.
Oh, show me where. When one time they've taken away Social Security. Go ahead.
Through Medicaid?
And no, they haven't taken away Medicaid either.
Taking a bunch of people off, like millions of people off of Medicaid, and
They
making
didn't take anybody off Medicaid. Who got taken off Medicaid?
What are you talking about? The requirements for Medicaid changed.
Should there be criteria to Medicaid?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then what is your issue here? What criteria do you think they changed that's so horrible to you that it's against Christian ethics, dude? What?
Are you Andrew Wilson? People keep asking.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a reason you're on like an alt account?
Well, yeah, I tend to use them a lot because people get terrified by seeing me in the chat for some reason. So they don't often let me up. Even though I tend to have nothing but respectful conversations with people, I think just the name can be somewhat terrifying for people. It seems like that's how they react for some reason.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. So.
All right. So I know you're not a liberal.
Uh-huh.
You want to give me your reasoning?
Well, first, let's get into what do you consider a liberal to be?
So in I'm using like a modern context that most people are probably going to understand as a liberal being somebody who's pro-free speech, pro-freedom of press, somebody who believes in healthcare, like
not
public
pro
option,
not pro
somebody who believes in. In general, I think most liberals are mixed on the Second Amendment. I'm more pro-Second Amendment than the average liberal, but I think in general, liberals are a little bit mixed on the Second Amendment.
So the only thing that distinguishes to you between a liberal and a conservative is the value set of the first 10 amendments? Or is there more to it than that?
I was in the middle of talking. I'm still going. So like having some type of robust welfare state or social services for people if they're, hurting, lacking, meaning like, welfare for poor, less fortunate people. Free school lunches seems to be an issue that conservative have almost entirely abandoned, that Democrats are really trying to keep around. Free reduced education as well, namely in college, seems to be under debate and under threat. And yeah, there's more, but it's the beginning.
Okay, well, you've told me a bit about the things I think you're for or against. I'm not so sure that has given me a very good purview of what a liberal is in your sense, but I'm willing to just engage with what you've said so far. So the kind of the threshold difference that we're looking at, you've talked about the constitutional amendments, first 10 of them specifically, and then some social safety net programs. What about social issues themselves? Where do you think that liberals fall on social issues? That's going to be like pro-LGBT.
Yeah, a lot of liberals are going to be pro. Sure, yeah.
Also pro.
Yep, generally.
Okay, so the big threshold here that's going to be a delineation then is going to be that a lot of conservatives follow religious rigorism, and due to that, they can't really be liberals unless it's going to somehow conflict with their faith, right?
Well, I think their current state of conservatism conflicts with their faith. I think their total abandonment of the poor.
Well, that's not the question I asked you, though.
Conflict with their faith.
Yeah, but
the argument is your argument is that there can't be a liberal because it conflicts with their faith.
There was no argument. I haven't made an argument yet. I haven't made.
Okay, your statement was that it conflicts with.
No, that's not my statement. I'm asking you a question.
This is not true. You made this statement.
No, I asked you a question. I asked you a question.
Why are you freaking out?
Nobody's freaking out. I just want you to engage with what I'm saying.
Take a smoke.
Can you engage with what I'm saying? Stop doing red herring. Just engage with what I'm saying.
Relax.
Are you going to? So you're not going to engage with what I'm saying?
No, I was engaging with what you said. You were talking about how conservatives applied to a rigorous form of their religion or religious base or conservative.
No, I'm asking you a question.
And that relax.
Can I just ask the question?
I'm responding to no. Dude, I don't know why you're like freaking out already. Did you were you in the queue?
Because you're not.
You just got really upset at a previous caller.
Actually engaging.
Bro, this is not working. You're just gonna go to like 9 out of 10
freaking out. Why do you keep saying freaking out?
Because you're like raising your voice and you're like you're talking over
engage with what's being said. So do you think
I am engaging with what's being said?
that rigorism, that Christian rigorism would conflict then with what you consider liberal ideology to be, considering that some of these core tenets you're talking about are against their actual value structure? That's the question. I'm not asking for some trail off bizarre
It's not
hyperbolic
a trail
nonsense.
off
I
or
want you to
bizarre.
engage with the question.
Okay, so for that specific statement about whether or not it would conflict with liberal values, in some ways, yes. However, it would also conflict with conservative values, because the conservative main points for the last good bit, especially under MAGA and Donald Trump, has been to totally abandon people who are less fortunate, people who have less resources, the sick, the elderly, cutting Medicaid, cutting Social Security, and cutting welfare programs. This is deeply anti-Christian.
None of those things.
One of the least Christian.
Yeah, none of those things are anti-Christian. Can you point out any way
where in Christianity does it say to
that
feed
the government has to give you
homeless
social
people, feed poor people?
Yeah,
nowhere does it say that.
Nowhere in the Bible anywhere that says the government has to give social safety nets via taxation.
No, not the government. That as a good Christian, that you should practice feeding and caring for the less.
Christians already do that far more than liberals do. Far more.
Okay, so why don't they do it? Why don't they put their money where their mouth is and actually do it when it comes to feeding the people through the government?
They already do. You see what I mean? How you just made a conflationary problem there? So now you're saying that the government, once again, Christians must support the government doing this. There's nothing biblical about that. That's just totally made up. You're just making it up as you go.
No, it's a very basic idea. If I'm a Christian and I believe that people who are poor, people who are sick, people who are elderly should get fed, then I are fed, housed, whatever.
That's what
then I should advocate for programs. Then I should advocate for programs to be able to do that.
No, that's just, you're just making things up, right? This is the concept here is that you do those things through the church, not through the compellence of force of the state. That's not biblical. You're just making it up. That's one. And two, the reason that the church is so many,
their inability to do that. They're failing millions.
They're doing it. They're doing it way better than you guys do in private charity. It's not even close. Not even close.
If that was the case, then why is there still so many millions of people who are hungry or less than housed or have difficulty?
This is the most obese.
You don't think there's millions?
Listen, this is the most obese.
You don't think there's millions? You don't think there's millions of? You don't think that there's millions of people who have food insecure or are housing insecure? You don't believe that?
There's a difference between you saying that people might have worries versus you saying that they're actually starving. They're not. They're not starving. I'll tell you what.
I never said. When did I use the word starving?
If there's a person,
when did I use the word starving, Andrew? Andrew, when did I use the word starving?
Okay, going hungry. Who's going hungry, dude? If somebody's going hungry right now, I'll send them a meal right now. Give me a name.
Okay, there's a lot. I imagine that you can dude. You can literally go down to a local homeless shelter right now or a food bank, and there's plenty of people who are lining up that would love that.
The ones run by Christians. Those are they're almost
every single food bank is run by Christians.
Most of them, yes.
Almost always run by the more efficient way, the way that has been helping millions of people to be able to get their needs met has been the government. Social Security has been a massive benefit for like older people who have had extenuating circumstances that prevent them from being able to afford housing or food
Social Security.
The various things.
Nobody's taking away
That's not
Social
true.
Security.
The Republicans have.
Oh, show me where. One time they've taken away Social Security. Go ahead.
Through Medicaid?
And they haven't taken away Medicaid either.
What do you mean? They made cuts. They made a massive cut. Have you not have you not been in the news?
Wait, I'm sorry. What cut did they make to Medicaid?
The taking a bunch of people off, like millions of people off of Medicaid, and
they didn't take anybody off Medicaid. Who got taken off Medicaid? Show me.
What are you talking about? The requirements for Medicaid changed, and there was over 1.4 million people
who
were cut off.
The requirements changed, but Medicaid itself didn't go away.
A part of Medicaid is people getting cut off who no longer meet the criteria. Do you effectively have Medicaid in your country if your criteria prevents everybody in the
That's really weird. So criteria.
What a weird pivot.
Should there be criteria to Medicaid? Should there even be any?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then what is your issue here? What is your problem then?
Is that the criteria that they changed it to cut people off of Medicaid?
To what? From what to what? What criteria do you think they changed that's so horrible to you that it's against Christian ethics, dude? What?
I mean, they cut off over 1 million people that are, I believe, in I forget specifically the age range, but there are people who are unemployed, who haven't been working, that would be cut off from Medicaid that were otherwise
Do you
able
understand
to
you're not giving me,
previously.
you're not actually giving me anything here? You're not telling me what they changed it from to and who actually got cut off and why. You're not
There
actually
were
giving me qualifiers.
individuals. What do you specifically want?
I'm asking you,
Like, what
what is, if
specifically
you
are you
you and I
looking
agree there needs to be criteria, what is this criteria that was then changed that you disagree with so much? What is the actual problem here? What?
The problem is that there's individuals who are unemployed who no longer have access to it as a result of a change that was made under the Big Beautiful
Yeah,
Bill.
what was it? What was this change? What was it?
The change was that the change was that individuals who
know.
are unemployed.
You don't know
who
what
are
the change
in
was,
their-
do you? Just say,
Right.
I don't know what the change was. You
What,
can look
what
it
do you
up.
what do you like? What do you? No, I'm sorry. What do you, more specifically?
What
want?
was the change in criteria? What was it actually?
It's that individuals who had a job, who are unemployed and could seek employment, those individuals no longer qualified for Medicaid.
All of them?
The individuals who are able-bodied and would otherwise be able to do it, yeah, they're no longer qualified for Medicaid.
Show me the policy. What's the policy called? I'll pull it up right now because this is
The Big Beautiful Bill.
the Big Beautiful Bill did not kick off people from Medicaid unless you were engaged in fraud, dude. It was fraud that they were after. Do you understand that?
No.
Yes. Well, then show me. Show me specifically what you're talking
Okay.
about then. Show me.
The One Big Beautiful Bill creates a new administrative requirement and conditions on eligibility, including work requirements for patients seeking to enroll or maintain Medicaid coverage.
Okay. And keep going.
That's it.
Dude, there's going to be a huge amount of criteria that is engaged with what that means, though. You realize that?
Wait, your statement is this didn't happen?
No, my statement was what's the criteria that you're actually disagreeing with?
No, you said several times that the Big Beautiful Bill did not restrict people's access to
No,
Medicaid.
I'm saying that it did.
You said it did not happen.
No. Don't put words
Yes,
in
you
my
did.
mouth.
You
And I
literally
said
just did
specifically,
prior to me.
what's the criteria you're
There's no
disagreeing
way
with?
you're trying it.
What's the
No,
criteria
there's no
you're
way
disagreeing
trying
with?
it.
Are you going to answer the question? What's the criteria here you disagree with in actuality? What?
Literally this, including the work requirements.
So you don't think that there? Wait, that doesn't give me any information though on what the criteria is. What work requirements?
Okay, I don't know. Your brain is broken, man. I'm literally reading it for you. You said multiple times that they did not remove people's access to Medicaid. You said that several times. You're trying
They're
to,
not. They-
for some
no,
reason, think
no.
you're going to get away with the
You
genjutsu,
agree- you
and
agree
that they
with me
didn't
there's
restrict
criteria.
it. They did.
You agree with me that there needs to be criteria for Medicaid, right?
Yes.
So what you're saying is I disagree with what this criteria was that you claim is kicking
I
people off.
disagree with
Medicaid.
the change to the
What?
criteria
What
that
in-
cut people off.
Then tell me specifically what that criteria was. You're not actually doing that.
The work requirements.
What work requirements?
You
What are
claimed that
they?
there was no change. You claimed that
No,
nobody got
what
kept
are
off.
work requirements? What are they?
What do you, the amount of work that you need?
Yes, what are
I'm just talking about a work
what are
requirement
the
in general.
requirements?
I'm talking about these work requirements. I believe it's 20 hours,
So you don't think that
20 hours a week.
wait a second. So for Medicaid, you have to work 20 hours a week? Just want to make sure we're clear here.
I believe so.
In order to so you think that if you're drawing Social Security and you have Medicaid, you have to work 20 hours a week to get Medicaid?
For able-bodied individuals, yes.
I don't think that that's accurate at all. Can you demonstrate that for me?
What? No. Can you provide me any
It's your
any
claim.
evidence that
It's
they
your
didn't make
claim.
a change
It's
to
your
Medicaid?
claim.
You made the claim they didn't
I'm
change
not making a
Medicaid. Can you
claim.
provide
I'm
any
asking you a question.
You did. You
I'm
literally
asking you a
did.
question. You said right now.
You're asking me
Bro.
for what? The statutes inside of
No, not even
the bill?
statutes.
No.
I'm just asking you to demonstrate that right now, right this second, in order to be on
With
Medicaid.
what?
In order to be on Medicaid, you have to work 20
With
hours
what?
a week. When
What
you're
would I
drawing Social
demonstrate that
Security.
What would I demonstrate that with?
Evidence?